Do you feel a fatigue that doesn't make sense? You sleep, you rest, but it seems that your soul remains exhausted? This invisible weight may be more than just physical. It might be something spiritual. Perhaps it is the calling that you have not yet understood, but which accompanies you every day. No, you are not going crazy. What you feel is real. The chosen ones often carry a different intensity. They feel the world more deeply, and because of that, they become exhausted more easily. Sensitivity is a blessing, but it can also be a burden when the world does not understand your way of feeling. Have you ever tried to explain this fatigue to someone and heard, "It's just stress"? But deep down, you knew it wasn't just that. You knew that something bigger was happening, something that goes beyond the body. The chosen ones live this silent battle, a struggle between purpose and the weight of carrying it. The soul misses something that the eyes have never seen, a peace that has never been lived, but feels familiar. This inexplicable longing is the echo of your essence, a reminder that you are not just from here. And the body feels that. The soul feels that. And that is exhausting. Perhaps you are trying to be strong for everyone else, helping, listening, welcoming, but forgetting about yourself. The fatigue comes because the soul is empty, and no one can give what they do not have. That is why this video is not just about resting. It is about reconnecting with who you truly are. If you feel that something invisible is draining you, that your light is being sapped, or that you are battling something that no one sees, this video is for you. You are not alone. And the answer that your soul is seeking may be here. Watch until the end. And if this message touched your heart, follow the channel, because this may be the first of many keys that will remind you of what you came here to do. The world needs your light, and it begins to shine when you find yourself again. There are days when you wake up more tired than when you went to bed, and it doesn't make sense. You slept, you rested, you didn't have a tough day, but still, it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. It's as if your body is intact, but your soul is silently crying for help. This happens because the soul speaks, and when we don't listen, the body finds a way to scream. Pain that appears out of nowhere, unexplained fatigue, lack of motivation, even for simple things. All of this can be a reflection of something deeper that is asking for attention. The chosen ones feel this more often because they live at a different internal rhythm. They carry invisible responsibilities, feel pains that have no name, face battles that no one notices. Their souls are intense, and intensity, when poorly understood, turns into exhaustion. You might even smile on the outside, do what needs to be done, fulfill your obligations. But inside, you are fighting wars that no one sees, trying to stay standing while everything seems to want to bring you down. And that's when the body begins to reflect what the spirit is trying to hide. The fatigue of the chosen one is not the same as that of others. It comes from a deeper place. It cannot be resolved with a night's sleep. It doesn't go away with a weekend of rest. Because it is not just physical, it is spiritual. And asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of wisdom. There are pains that have no name. There are struggles that no one understands. But the body feels everything. It holds unexpressed emotions, swallowed words, contained tears, silent prayers. And when we don't give space for the soul to breathe, the body begins to suffocate along with it. Perhaps you are trying to pretend that everything is fine, that you can hold on a little longer, that it's just a phase. But the body doesn't lie. It always reveals what the soul is trying to hide. And the signs are there: excessive sleep, lack of energy, unexplained sadness. This is not just fatigue. An overloaded soul gradually weakens the body. It steals the shine from your eyes, the lightness from your steps, the enthusiasm from your mornings. You start to drag through life, and you don't even notice that you are functioning on autopilot, without soul, without presence, without peace. When the body speaks, it's time to stop, breathe, look within, because healing begins in silence, when we listen to what the Spirit has to say, when we honor what we feel, without fear, without guilt, without rush, just welcoming. You don't have to carry everything alone. You don't need to pretend strength all the time. Being chosen is not about being invincible. It's about being real, and accepting that even those who have light sometimes need time in the dark to remember how to shine. Your body is trying to protect you. It is saying that you need a pause, care, a light soul. It is not drama. It is not laziness. It is not nonsense. It is the way your essence asks for help. And the sooner you listen, the sooner peace will return to dwell within you. If today you feel this nameless weight, know that you are not alone. There are many chosen ones going through the same thing. And understanding this is already the first step towards healing. The journey from within to without is silent, but it transforms everything. The body just wants to help you begin. Some people enter a room and don't even notice the atmosphere. You don't. You feel. It's as if your skin captures everything that's in the air. Unspoken words, hidden feelings, heavy energy. All of this penetrates you. Sometimes you don't even know why, but you leave feeling exhausted, just from being present. You are not exaggerating. You just feel more. Your sensitivity is not weakness, it is depth. While most people glide through life on the surface, the chosen ones dive deep. And where there is depth, there is more impact. Because everything touches more deeply, everything weighs more, everything demands more from the soul. This explains why crowded places tire you out. Crowds suffocate you. Empty conversations irritate you. Your soul longs for truth, for lightness, for meaning. When something lacks essence, it exhausts you. When something is off balance, it destabilizes you, because you feel beyond what the eyes can see. This sensitivity is a kind of spiritual radar. You perceive what is behind the masks, what is hidden between the lines, what has not been said but is there, screaming in silence. This is a gift. But it is a gift that weighs heavily when it is not understood or nurtured. Perhaps you have heard that you are too intense, too emotional, too sensitive. And for a time you believed this was a flaw. You tried to harden, ignore, silence your feelings. But this only hurts you more. Because fleeing from your essence only increases the internal conflict. You do not feel more because you are fragile. You feel more because you have an awakened spirit. And an awakened spirit cannot ignore the invisible. It cannot numb itself like others do. It cannot pretend that everything is fine when it knows, deep down, that it is not. That is why your fatigue is not just physical. It is emotional, spiritual, vibrational. You absorb what is around you. And if you do not know how to protect yourself, you begin to carry weights that are not even yours. You become overloaded by pains that do not belong to you. But you feel them as if they were your own. Perhaps that is why you need so much silence, nature, to be alone. It is in those moments that you recharge, that your soul breathes, that your sensitivity becomes strength and not a wound. Because amid the noise, you lose yourself. But in silence, you find yourself. The chosen ones have this ability to feel what the world cannot see. This is not a curse. It is a calling. It is a way for heaven to remind you that you have a special role here, that you came to heal, transform, illuminate. But first, you need to learn to take care of yourself. You do not need to fit into the normal way of living, because what is common for others can be heavy for you. Don't try to dim your light to please those who still live in the dark. Your sensitivity is a tool. It is a compass. It is a bridge between the invisible and the visible. Learning to deal with this is a process, and it all starts with the recognition. Yes, I feel more, and that's okay. From this point on, you begin to strengthen yourself, to set boundaries, to protect yourself, to choose more consciously where to be, with whom to be, what to consume. You are not alone. Many chosen ones live this same reality, and the more you honor what you feel, the freer you become. Because sensitivity is not weakness. It is a higher form of connection. And the more connected you are with your essence, the more light you can spread. The chosen ones have big hearts, always ready to help, listen, embrace. They are there when someone needs them, even when they are exhausted on the inside. They carry the world on their shoulders, not out of obligation, but out of love. However, at some point this comes at a cost, and the price is often high: their own energy. Have you noticed how you are always being someone's support? You are the one who listens to their outbursts, gives advice, and holds on tight even when everything seems to fall apart. And gradually, you start to forget about yourself. You put yourself last. You start to fade away without noticing. This strength you offer to the world comes from a beautiful place, but it can be dangerous when not taken care of. Because those who give too much without recharging themselves break. Those who give themselves away constantly without looking within become exhausted. And no one sees this because you make it seem easy. But you also get tired. You also feel. You also need hugs, care, and space to breathe. But the world has gotten used to your strength, and perhaps you have too. And now you are afraid to show weakness, as if being human were a mistake. Many people expect you to be well all the time, but who takes care of you? Who asks if your heart is at peace? You are not an infinite source. Even being light, you also need time in the shadows. Time for silence, time for pause, time for embracing. You were not called to nullify yourself. The mission does not require you to destroy yourself to help others. You can be support without losing yourself. You can be light without going out. You can be strong without carrying everything alone. Being chosen is not about sacrificing your soul. It's about listening to it. Perhaps it's time to look at yourself with more kindness, to ask yourself what you need right now, to remember that your existence also matters, that you have the right to rest, to say no, to protect yourself. That being sensitive is also being wise. Recharging is not selfishness, it is self-love. And those who truly love themselves can love others better. Because only those who are lit from within can give light. Only those who are full can overflow. And perhaps that's what your soul needs right now. Presence, care, and you. Have you ever felt an inexplicable desire to disappear for a while? Not to run away from everything, but to disconnect from the noise, the pressures, the external voices, just to be able to listen to your own soul. This feeling is more common among the chosen ones than it seems. It is the spirit asking for silence. The world is always rushing. Notifications don't stop. The demands are constant. There is always someone waiting for something from you. But inside, what you really want is a little peace. A place that is just yours. A moment where you don't have to pretend, respond, or solve anything. You are not strange for feeling this way. The chosen live with their souls in tune with the invisible, and this kind of connection requires silence. It requires pause, because it is in silence that the soul speaks louder. It is there that answers come, that healings happen, that the spirit aligns with heaven. But the world does not understand this rhythm. It does not know how to respect this pause. Society values those who are always active, productive, available. However, your soul was not made to live on autopilot. It needs space, air, disconnection, to hear the sound that can only be heard from within. Perhaps you are exhausted because you are trying to keep up with a rhythm that was not made for you. You are trying to handle everything, but forgetting the most important thing, your inner self. The silence you seek is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of soul. And it can start with small things. Turning off your phone for an hour. Walking without hurry, without headphones. Breathing consciously. Spending a few minutes with your eyes closed, just feeling. It seems like little, but this nourishes the soul. This recharges. This returns what the noise of the world steals. There is a silence that does not come from outside, but from within. And when you access that place, everything changes. The pains weigh less, the ideas become clearer, the intuition blossoms. You begin to remember who you are, what you feel, what truly matters. And this brings relief. Don't wait for life to stop to do this for you. It won't. The choice for silence is yours, and sometimes it is in the midst of the rush that we need it the most. You don't need to disappear from the world. You just need to turn inward, even if for a moment, and remember your essence. If the world doesn't stop, you need to create your own refuge, a sacred space where only you enter, where the soul can breathe and align. This silence is your right, and more than that, it is your spiritual necessity. The chosen ones flourish in silence. There are days when you wake up tired for no reason. You didn't exert yourself physically, you didn't have a tough day. Yet it feels like you ran a marathon overnight. Your body feels heavy, your mind is slow, and your soul exhausted. This kind of fatigue doesn't come from the physical world. It comes from the invisible. The chosen ones live a parallel reality that few understand. While the world sleeps, their spirit is awake, fighting, protecting, reacting to attacks that the eyes cannot see, but that the soul feels clearly. And this is exhausting. A type of fatigue that has no name, but has spiritual roots. You feel this battle when you wake up in the middle of the night for no reason. When you have nightmares that seem more real than dreams. When your heart races suddenly, without explanation. It's not just anxiety. It's an energetic war, a battle for your light. Because those who carry light disturb the darkness. And this is not a metaphor. It is a spiritual reality. The more aligned you are with your purpose, the more temptations, distractions, and attacks arise. As if something is trying to pull you away from your path, trying to tire you out to the point of giving up. You are not alone in this. Many chosen ones experience this same kind of invisible fatigue, and they think they are going crazy or becoming weak. But in reality, they are awakening. They are fighting inside. And every time they rise, even without strength, they are winning. That is why simple practices like praying before bed, protecting your mind with good words, and cleansing your energy with silence and faith make such a difference. Because while the body rests, the soul needs a shield, care, spiritual covering. You don't need to understand everything you feel. You just need to respect it. Take care of your energy as you take care of your body. Avoid environments and people that drain you. Choose what you watch, what you listen to, what you think. Because all of this either strengthens or weakens your light. Sometimes the war is silent, but real. And only those who live it know. So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't think it is laziness or weakness. Your spirit is in a battlefield, and just the fact that you continue to be here, seeking understanding, already shows the strength you carry. The war is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to awaken you, to show you that there is more than what the eyes can see, and that your light disturbs exactly because it is powerful, because it is necessary, and because it came to make a difference in this world. Have you ever felt a longing, but didn't know exactly for what? A nostalgia without memory, an empty feeling that has no shape but insists on appearing, as if your soul were searching for something that never happened, but that it knows. This sensation is more common among the chosen ones than you might imagine. This unexplained longing is spiritual. It is not linked to a concrete memory, but to an essence. It's as if your soul remembers a place of peace, truth, connection, and misses that here. As if it came from a place where everything made sense. And here, everything confuses. It's hard to explain this feeling to those who live only on the surface, because it is not a physical emptiness. It is not sadness. It is a subtle absence, a deep calling, as if a part of you were elsewhere, waiting to be found again. This hurts, but it also guides. The chosen ones tend to feel this early on, a feeling of not belonging, as if they were out of place, as if the world were too loud, too fast, too shallow, and the soul asks for something more silence, more truth, more sky. This lack you feel is from your essence. It is from the sacred. It is from your connection to something greater. When life drifts away from what you truly are, the body may continue, but the soul begins to scream, and the longing settles in, even without a name, even without a cause. You may be surrounded by people and still feel alone. You may be experiencing good things and still feel an emptiness. It is not ingratitude. It is sensitivity. It is a reminder that you were made for more than just surviving. You were made to live with meaning, with soul, with presence. Perhaps this sensation is the invitation your soul is making to you. Come back home. Not in a literal sense, but in a spiritual one. Return to your essence, to what makes you vibrate, to what connects you with the higher, with the invisible, with what is eternal inside you. Your light needs fuel, and it comes from within. When you reconnect with your essence, everything around you begins to change. The fatigue diminishes, the mind clears, the heart warms, and life regains purpose. If you have made it this far, you may have noticed that the fatigue you carry is not just physical. It is from the soul. It is from the spirit that quietly cries out for attention, while the world insists on distracting you with haste, noise, and obligation. The chosen ones feel more, perceive more, live more deeply. And because of this, they also become more exhausted. It is not weakness. It is spiritual sensitivity. It is a mission disguised as pain. This text was not written to give you ready answers, but to remind you to look inward with more love. Sometimes all your soul needs is to be listened to be embraced, to be replenished with truth and presence. Perhaps you are in one of those moments right now. Perhaps your soul has sighed in relief while reading each line, as if finally someone were translating what you feel, but have never been able to put into words. The truth is that you are not alone. There are many other chosen ones feeling the same as you, tired but determined, confused but awakened. And when we share what we feel, this journey becomes lighter, more alive, more real. If something here has touched you, leave your impression. Share what you live, what you feel, what you understand about this soul fatigue. Sometimes just putting it into words is the first step toward healing. Your light matters, and the world needs it to shine.